What's up, guys? Today is an awesome day. Today's a day of silly, day of spectacular spectacles, a day of nice up the collar, upping the collar, some hairstyle, some eyebrow action there. Yeah, today's is an awesome day. It's a silly day, silly day. Sometimes you just gotta have silly days. Why? Because silly is just as encouraging as serious and heart to heart, silly to silly. Yeah. Hope you had an awesome day today. We'll be going through letter 131 through 140. And I hope you'll be encouraged, as always. And yeah, well, let's get right to it. Letter 131, July 29th. Dear friend, in June of this year, I decided to write 1,000 random letters to people I never met with intent to forever shift the course of our country. My goal is to encourage and empower their lives. To be skip the line. My goal is to encourage and empower people to take the next step of courage and boldness in their lives, to be extraordinary instead of just normal. Every individual has it in them to become a great citizen of Earth. Life is given to us but only once on Earth, and then we move on. Your skills, talents, abilities, desires are all a guidance to your specific mission you are to accomplish on Earth. Boldness and courageous acts are equal to your desire of being different for the better of all. You are once in an eternity. Nobody else will ever come along like you. So go for it. Be bold. As I end this letter, I'd like to leave you with a challenge. Sit down this week and write one letter to someone you love. Encourage them and send it off. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katka. Letter 132, July 29th. Dear friend, almost 2 months ago, I decided to do great things with my life. Well, actually to embark on a journey which I believe will alter the course of the world. I decided to write 1,000 letters to people I never met. Of the many reasons, one of them is that I want to show the world how connected we truly are. We all grow up believing that we are separate from one another. I wrote this letter to you to encourage and challenge you to be a bigger, better you. Most people will tell you to cool down and take it easy. I write this to you to challenge you to be bold and courageous. Very often, we want to go and do things, but fear sets us back. Be bold. I believe in you. Even though we never physically met, our lives have intertwined through this letter. Possibly we might never meet here on Earth. And that doesn't matter because now you have experienced through a random letter from a stranger who believes in you and was willing to write a letter to you to prove it. To end this letter, I'd like to challenge you to sit down this week and write a letter to someone who impacted your life. Encourage them and send it off to them. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katka. July 31st, letter 133. Dear friend, in the last month, I have been writing letters like these, knowing very well that each letter will leave its mark on every individual for a life to come. I committed to impact 1,000 lives in a very unique way, through which the course of history will forever shift. To you, I would like to say, be more courageous in your pursuits. Be bold because you truly do have it in you. Deep inside, you want to accomplish great things. And if you still doubt your ability, take a good few minutes of thinking. A complete stranger writing you a letter telling you of your true abilities. Only one of every 300,000 people in America will get a letter from me. I know you have been getting that feeling deep inside that you were meant for much more. Life is lived once, and if lived well, once should be enough. As I conclude this letter, I would like to challenge you to sit down this week and write a letter to a person who has impacted your life. Be open and loving. When you finish, send it off to them. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. Letter 134, July 31st. Dear friend, every letter I write and send out, I know leaves decades worth of impact. So every letter I write, I do so with much thought. One life impacted is a nation changed, a course of history forever shifted. Not long ago, I decided to write 1,000 of these letters to encourage and challenge the people of America. In the next few months, take up the challenge of being honest with yourself. Ask yourself the tough questions so many that sorry. Ask yourself the tough questions so many ignore asking. Find your passion and mission. Grow in boldness and courage. Take those steps of change and become the change you wish to see in this world. If you don't believe in yourself, at least read this letter over and over because I believe in you. Go for it. To end this letter, I'd like to challenge you to write one letter to someone who has impacted your life. Encourage them and send it off. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. They didn't even write who wrote it. But that's alright. Can't fix it now. July 31st, letter 135. Dear friend, I once met an older man who was 80, and in his words, only lived a few years. Most people go through life surviving day to day. Those who accomplish great things, we make stars and idols out of them. Take a few weeks and think through your life. Life is precious. Don't take it for granted. Become the kind of person of whom books will be written about. And if for some reason you think you can't, I wrote you this letter telling you otherwise. You can, and you are awesome. So go and actually accomplish your dreams, because dreams do come true. My dream is to encourage people. So in June, I got a spark of genius to write 1,000 letters like these and send them out. You are both part of a greater picture, as well as to accomplish a specific mission. Be bold and courageous. As I conclude this letter, I'd like to challenge you to write a letter this week to one person who has impacted your life. Encourage them, and then send it off to them. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. August. Sorry, it said 8-1. I was like, So, August 1st, letter 136. Dear friend, every one of us has great ambitions and desires. It is amazing the things you can and will accomplish once you put your mind to it. I write this to tell you this very fact. You are more than capable of attaining your dreams. Be bold and courageous. Listen to music that inspires you and nothing else. For example, the artist Jem in her song says, "It's amazing." I love that song. Not long ago, I had a spark of awesomeness, an idea to write 1,000 people one-of-a-kind letters to random people and encouraging them. Sometimes all it takes to change a life is to give them some uplifting encouragement. Always remember that there is at least one stranger who believes in you. Before I end this letter, I would like to encourage you to sit down this week and write a letter to someone who impacted your life. Tell them all about how they impacted you and send that out. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. August 1st, letter 137. Dear friend, true beauty lays within. Our outer self will always change, but you choose what amount of beauty will radiate from within. Spend a few months to think deeply about what it is that you truly want out of this life. Your passions have been given for very specific reasons. Few dare to look inside themselves for the fear of what they might find inside. I encourage you to do the very thing most fear to do. Find out who you truly are. And when you do, go for it, with all your might, with boldness and courage. Leaving an impact on history requires a different approach to the simple things we do on a daily basis. About a month ago, I decided to act on an inspiration and commit to writing 1,000 letters to people I randomly pick and send them a letter. Be the person who inspires many around you. Sit down this week. Think of one person who has impacted your life. Tell them all about what they did that forever changed your life. Encourage them to continue on and send it to them. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexi Katko. August 1st, letter 138. Dear friend. In life, there are things that are true and things that are illusions. To build your life on illusions is easier and very simple. It's what people call going with the flow. Building on truth will take more effort. Finding the full truth will be a challenge. It will take as long or as little depending on how willing you are to accept it. Let boldness and courage be a way of life, not just a mere random act. Not long ago, I decided to be different and committed to writing 1,000 letters of encouragement and challenging people to be a better self. As they say, random is a higher state of order. Be kind and love others. I challenge you to sit down this week and write a letter to someone who has impacted your life. Encourage them and send it off. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexi Katko. August 1st, letter 139. Dear friend, some of the most amazing stories are true and hardest to believe. Once a woman woke up and said, I would like a sign so unique to show me I am special and that I won't have any doubt that it was the sign to show. That day, as she was driving with her window open, all of a sudden a bald eagle landed inside her car on her dashboard, looked at her in her eyes, and then flew out. Consider this letter your eagle. Be one of courage to pursue your true dreams. Don't fall for normalcy. Run into the hands of extraordinary. Let its embrace fill you with courage and boldness. As random as this letter might seem, it is very unique. Through random choices, it landed in your hands. Only 1 in 300,000 people in America will get a letter from me within a year's time. I write this to tell you, you have what it takes to accomplish great things. Go on this week, find some time, sit down and write a letter to someone you love, a person who has impacted your life. Encourage them and send it off to them. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexi Katko. And for the final letter today, took 22 minutes to write this one. August 3rd, letter 140. Dear friend, when was the last time you did something for the first time? When was the last time you did something new? Be bold, be different, be courageous. Your dreams are worth pursuing. For the most part, people give up way too soon. Imagine the current situation. I, a complete stranger, had an urge to write a letter. Sorry for that phone, so I, a complete stranger, had an urge to write a letter. Pick out a random address in America, send it out to you, and here you are reading it and listening to it. On top of that, only 1 of 300,000 Americans will get a letter from me. All that effort to tell you that your dreams are worth pursuing and that I believe in you. You are so unique in the universe that no one will ever be able to fill your shoes. So go out, be bold and courageous. We need people like you to shine like the sun. As the letter comes to its end, I would like to challenge you to sit down this week and write at least one letter to someone who impacted your life. and then send it off. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Ketko. That wraps up today's 10-letter reading. I hope you were encouraged. I sure was, definitely. And if you know who needs some encouragement and you want to encourage them over a long period of time, share this video with them. Subscribe. I'll see you next time. Signing out.